Ace of Wands. So definitely seeding those new feelings, allowing those new feelings and emotions to come into effect. So definitely with this washover, we feel the world, we feel the Ace of Wands, we feel this washover. We have these two energies that are coming into effect. So this is a huge activation for the collective. And one of the things that I can definitely attest to is that as a whole, we can't ignore it anymore. Whatever it is, you can't ignore how you feel. You can't ignore how everyone around you feels. You can't ignore the energy. You can't ignore the energy. And that's what's tripping everyone out. Some people are making the most of this, but I think that's what's really tripping people out is really like a cognitive dissonance washover that's taking place. And people are trying to kind of like figure out emotionally what to do with these things that used to be easy to kind of put to the side. Emotions that used to be easy to put to the side. The metaphysical things that activate off of those emotions, because every time we have emotions, emotions are always tied to metaphysical states and subtle energies. And starting to understand what's being attracted to us, that things aren't just necessarily happening. That's what you're feeling a lot reflected. So now people are more open to hearing you out. So you're taking the opportunity to speak more. You feel like, hey, it's time to put that energy out, especially with that Aquarius and that Pluto energy that's coming up. You're definitely more outspoken, more willing to take a chance on yourself. So like I said, with the transit from Venus in Aries, or Venus in Pisces to Venus in Aries, which we'll be experiencing like midway through March. Aries is a planet, Aries in the sign of Venus, because Venus is, it tends to take its time. Venus is it's not soft. It can be soft. And I think that's what we associate with love sometimes. But Venus is also a calculator, very strategic. Like Venus can wait and calculate how to get her ideal lover, know how to seduce. You have to have a mind connected with your heart to know how to seduce another person's will and dominate somebody that is physically stronger than you. Or to know how to overcome somebody who has traits that are brutish or aggressive in a way to get them to use them when you want them to use them. That takes somebody with a much more mastered mind or strategic mind, and both emotionally, dealing with emotional intelligence as well as mental as well. So Venus is actually very calculated, very sharp, very wise, and love wisdom is also very wise as well. So when we deal with Venus, overall, those are a lot of things that we will get from that state. So when it comes to Venus, dealing with values and relationships and love, how it deals a lot with how we approach the things that are valuable to us. What approach do we take? How we value those things and what we do with those things once we have them. Do we build upon them? So when Venus enters Aries, Aries is a sign of a head and ego space. Venus takes on a more self-centered way and approach, and it becomes more about what am I getting out of it. And also because it's the head space, because it's also Venus associated with the headspace with Aries, it has to look like what it is that you want. So this means that the senses, the physical senses, smell, touch, sight, all those things like that are going to be how it feels. Is going to be the most important things during that time.